Hey guys, it's your girl La, and welcome to another episode of Whatever You Say podcast. If you're tuned in, that must mean you're curious, you're open minded, and you're ready to learn something new. This is a space for deep conversations, open perspective, and for educating the race. So buckle up and let's go on this journey together because it's whatever you say. It's whatever you say. What's good, guys? It's your girl La, and thanks for chiming in again for another episode of Whatever You Say. We have a great show ahead of you guys today. So before we get started, you already know what time it is. We are going to send out them links. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I see a few people chimed in today, so make sure you share that link. I'm going on my Whatever You Say Facebook page, or you can go on the YouTube and share the live. So that's what I'm doing right now. Y'all know how we get down. Here we go. So here we go. And I hope you guys had a great weekend. It was pretty busy for me. And I hope that you are definitely, living up to your expectations that you're setting for yourself this year. Hold up, guys. We're live. I see people hitting me up right now. Hold up. I'm coming. There we go. All right. So we have a great show for you guys today. Today's show is called Flow and Fitness. And listen, the guest that we have on today, I knew her for quite some time. She knew when I was flowing. Okay. And a lot of people that I tell nowadays that know me in this era of my life, they're like, oh, you used to rap. I'm like, yeah, it's still a part of my life. It's still a part of my legacy. But right now I'm a mom. I'm living in my softer era. But listen, my girl, she got rhymes too. If you go up on her page, that's her right there. If y'all hear her, but if y'all go up on her page, she be freestyling like right off the top. Talented sister. Let me tell you, I could say that she's a philanthropist. She gives back to the community with knowledge, health, like anything that comes out of her. Like she's just been the same ever since I've met her. Honestly, the same energy I got when I met her is the same energy I have right now, and the same energy she's given to the world. And I think that's why she is as successful as she is right now. So let's give a hand clap for our guest today. Woo, woo, woo. What's
Thank
up,
you.
Key?
Thank you. You give the best intros.
Do what?
You
Oh my
do.
goodness. You know what? It's only for special people because I'm only
Okay.
with certain people on this platform because I know what I know, And one thing I know for sure is that like you live up to who you are. I've seen you gain weight and lose it right back and encourage people to do the same thing. Like you're so transparent in your walk. But let me not say too much. I want you to tell the people who you are show girl. And I'm gonna give you the stage right now.
Yes. So, hi, everyone. My name is Health is Key, also known as Tori Key, and I go by a hip hop personal trainer. And I used to be close to 250 pounds. And my dad passed away when I was around 21. And so I used that energy, after morning, I used that energy, excuse me, to put back into myself. And I said, I'm gonna give myself till February. He passed away in January. Like, I'm gonna give myself till February and start my exercise. And I started exercising, and I haven't looked back since. And now, from 21 to age 34, I've been able and been blessed to be able to help people achieve their health goals and fitness goals. So yes, and a lot of hip hop artists too now as well. So that's
Yes,
my story in a nutshell.
I'll get right into that. And yes, you have been able to help many people. And after this show, you're gonna be able to help even more people. So
Yes,
happy
absolutely.
about this. I prayed upon the questions. I was like,
Wow. Oh man.
so I gotta ask this girl, like, something that's gonna leave these people with some gems, and
Yes,
hopefully, moving forward, that these questions will be able to do so. So let's get to it. What you think?
I'm with it.
All right, let's go. How did you become a personal trainer for hip hop celebrities?
Yes, so I like to call myself a motivator, a hip hop motivator. And even though, yes, I'm a certified trainer, but I like to call myself a hip hop motivator. So I was always around rap, I was always around rap my whole life since 5. But when I turned 16 was when I kind of entered in the battle rap world. And so from then on, like I said, my dad passed away. I lost weight, and already from age 16 to 21, I just built so many relationships, just being at in the background and helping artists because I really love hip hop and I love helping artists. Like that is my even though I love rapping, I like rapping to rap, but I love helping hip hop artists. And so I just was helping whoever was just trying to make it. I was just helping them, and so this let me into different doors and things like that, just offering help. And so from 16 to now, I've just been building relationships. And a lot of people in the hip hop world have seen me be fat and then lose weight, so they were able to see me do it. And it started from hey Key, how you do this? Or I would post my little posts and things like that. And then it became a thing of like me staying on everybody. Like I'm in DMs like, hey, I'm on you. What's up? Where you? I ain't missing you. Post what you been eating. Just staying on everybody. So yeah, so I like to call myself hip hop motivator because I'm on you. I've had some celebrities, some artists I've been in buildings with, and I'm like, hey, I knew you was gonna be here, and they like, oh, I saw you, but I ain't been breaking out, so I ain't want to come say hi. Like, yeah. So, because they know I'll be on them. So I love that. I love that. Like, I don't play. So yeah, that's how I've been doing that. So
You said you used to do boot camps, right?
yeah, I used to do different boot camps, different fitness events outside, events with breakfast after. I've
Not
done it all. I've been doing
really.
this my whole life, literally since college. I've been helping people lose weight. So
Wow. And it's
yeah, I've
crazy.
been helping people change their life at the age of since the age of 21.
Wow, that's crazy because it's funny because I wanted to come there and experience Key, and then we had a storm here because I live by the mountains, so I wasn't able to make it. But I was like,
Hmm.
goodness, like I'm gonna get my experience, like because my dad, shout out to my dad, they call him Superman Mike, and he's a personal trainer, so I grew up around that lifestyle, so it motivates,
Hmm.
especially when I see women doing it. I have a few women in my life that are trainers, and it's so cool to have like women in that space. That
Yes,
takes a
it
lot,
is.
and it's a lot. Like you want to be around disciplined people in your life, people. Like if you,
Absolutely.
I think a trainer is one of the best people to be around because like this is your lifestyle.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree. And honestly, one of the best places to become a better person is just taking better care of yourself, taking
Mm,
better care of your car, your engine. If you want to go, you're trying to move, you're trying to achieve goals, you're trying to serve your purpose, you're serving it with your body. So, the best place is always check inside first. Just like you would get your car ready for a long road trip. If you got
right.
a long journey ahead, you need to be getting that car prepared for it, taking it to the mechanic and, putting the proper gas in it so you can
Mm,
go along your journey.
get that tune up.
Yeah, keep that. Yeah, get that tune up. Don't put that cheap gas in there. You got a BMW body. You got a Benz body. We're not putting regular gas in there.
You got a drink after you? Don't you have a drink named after you, right?
Yes. Shout out to Sprouts Juice, Juicery in Newark. Yes, they have named a juice after me called Health is Key. So make sure y'all go and check that. It is definitely a good blood cleanser, liver cleanser. No raw kale, no raw spinach, dandelion, cilantro, apples,
Mm.
lemon. I don't want to tell all the ingredients, but it is tasty and it definitely is a good cleanser
Get that
and
gas in
good
you.
for iron and good for iron for
And
sure.
I need that because I'm anemic. Well, I've been doing well because I've been putting in, those iron supplements that's needed. But honey, I'm about to go get my drink when I go to Jersey. I'm supposed to be coming soon because
Yes, I was hoping you came for your birthday.
yes, girl, I was praying too, but it stormed down here. I was like, you know what? Everything happened for a reason, but I'll be down there. So I'm taking my son to Disney World, so we gotta make a stop.
Nice.
So
Can I come?
on, hop on a ride. I got a big room too. I was like, I got a big space. I keep asking people. I say, y'all want to come? I got a big space in this room. It's gonna be me and my son. True.
Yeah, I want to come. Put me in the trunk.
Here, so I'm gonna be like a big kid in a candy store myself. So I'm just super excited about the experience. I'm probably more excited than he
Yes.
is.
That's
Uh,
so awesome. That's definitely on my bucket list.
you said that's on your bucket list? Yeah,
Yeah,
girl.
for sure.
And you know what? It's so big. I just tell people because I learned from people experiences. Like, I'm just gonna do like Magic Kingdom this time, and then another time I'll probably do SeaWorld. I don't want to do everything all at one time. It's a big space, so it's like why
Mm-hmm.
sit out and enjoy it piece by piece, you know? So that's
Absolutely. Makes
because
total sense.
yeah, he's gonna get older, and then he could do Universal Studios later and things like that. But as for right now, let's just condense it or whatever. But can you share some highlights on the unique fitness challenges you had to face?
Yeah, so definitely one challenge that I had to face was really understanding patience and being graceful with myself.
Mm,
Because what I've learned over the years is that a lot of the times it's like when we say, I'm going to start my exercise regimen, or you starting your exercise regimen, maybe it just wasn't that good, that we automatically go into down on ourselves. Are you undisciplined? Are you unmotivated? And many times it's really just because something else very important
mm,
took place, or maybe it was something that maybe you just needed to learn how to overcome. So let's say you were doing your exercise, and you were doing your eating regimen, and then now you had to take on a big project. And so you're thinking like you're losing discipline, but it's really just because you just need to learn a little bit more how to push through your workout when you take on different projects, or more time management, or better time management. So instead of me just down on myself. Oh man, I said I wasn't gonna eat that and I did. Just being way more patient with myself, and just having grace for myself. Like, we're doing excellent. If I messed up this week, or messed up last week, or it's been 2 weeks, get your butt up and let's keep going. And for me, honestly, I feel like I've always been up and down in my journey, not because I don't have discipline. It's just that serving your purpose, building projects, taking your time to really become a better person. Sometimes you do put your health and your fitness on the back burner. However, it stays in the back burner way longer when we down ourselves. So what I learned is that, what, Key, this is the first time, you've ever learned how to really truly manage real eating the proper way, and then also chasing goals where your income is equal, your goals are equal, you're relaxing. Cool out. You know what I mean? Like, everything is not going to be right away. And so just giving myself the understanding, like, okay, even though I'm an expert, even though I know exactly what to do, I still have parts of my journey that are brand new, and health has to fit into that. Sometimes I can get it right away. Sometimes it's like, oh, I can't do it like I did the last time. So just allowing myself the patience, as opposed to being, you ain't do good, you ain't do good. Now I'm 3 or 4 months tearing myself down when I could have just been positive, patient, graceful with myself. And, it took me a week or two to get out that rut and pick it right back up.
mm.
So patience and being and having grace is one of the main things I try to teach everybody. Is because a lot of times it's like you like a kid in the candy store. You like, I want the body right now. I
Period.
want to make all the right decisions right now. And that's just not realistic. So
Right.
allowing space for you to make mistakes, allowing space for you to learn, because you need the mistakes. Sometimes you gotta feel the embarrassment of saying you weren't gonna eat something and you did. Sometimes you gotta feel the frustration and use that to push through. Sometimes you gotta be tired just enough for yourself, and that's the last straw. And now you've kicked that habit. But you gotta give yourself patience and grace to get through those habits, and breaking those habits to perform and store new ones.
I like that. I like that, Key, because like what came up for me is like, okay, if you just looking at your journey, right? Overall,
Mm-hmm.
just looking at your journey, it's like if you did have to take a break because you're adding more to your like you now, okay, we're gonna talk about the other elements of your life, but it's like you have
Mm-hmm.
to add these other things to your life. So sometimes you have to put things on pause in order to micromanage it back into your calendar. That's just with anything. That's like relationship wise, anything. So it's like as we're adding these new things to our lives, other things might slow down, but then it's like we'll eventually learn where that fits in. We rethink
Absolutely.
schedule. So thank you for pinpointing that because even with my friend, shout out to my friend Nancy, she works out all the time, but she had to go to college. She went back to school and things like that. So once she got the kick of being back in school, then she was able to like transition and add the routine of working out at
Yep.
your schedule. But because of the fact, like you say, you have been eating healthy and things like that, that balance it out as well.
Yes,
Mm,
absolutely. So and that's what I mean by just being patient and having grace, because your fitness goals can just be different weekly, or they could be long term and then they can alter. So like, let's say you have a project going on in school, right? And the
mhm,
last 2 weeks you've been killing it in the gym, but now you need these 2 weeks for your project. Those 2 weeks could be possibly just eating right for those 2 weeks, or it could be, hey, I'm just going to be doing 20-minute workouts, or it could be, hey, I don't got it, I'm just gonna actually just do these 2 weeks. I ain't working out. I'm not following my eating regimen. I'm gonna just max out, and when I'm finished these 2 weeks, I'm back on. That could be your regimen too. But
mhm.
you just don't want it to be you're not doing what you need to be doing, and you don't want it to be, you tarnishing yourself and you being just mean. That's what we don't want.
Yeah,
So that's the difference in what I meant when I learned that patience and that grace. Like, now it's a what's really going on. It's kind of like when you talk to a child, right?
right.
Sometimes it's not about yelling. Sometimes your child is yelling because they're trying to tell you something that they don't understand. And
Mhm.
so it's like when you are speaking to yourself, it's the same way. You're like, you don't understand it. So in the beginning, it can be very frustrating. Just like when a child, they don't understand that sometimes the first reaction is anger. And then we teach them patience. Like,
Mm.
hey, it's okay. You're brand new at this. You don't know how to ride your bike just yet. I know you want to do what Timmy's doing, but you got to learn. It's okay to fall. And so you got to remember, you want to talk to that child like you and that younger version of you, because you're young in this area. You don't really understand it. You don't really know it. You don't have a flow yet. So,
Mm. Period, sis.
yep.
Hold on, where my pen at? Hold on, this is gonna be listen, guys. This is gonna be recorded, so you can always go back. Take your notes right now, but if you don't have a pen, like go back. She hitting y'all with some jewels, okay? You don't know, now you know. If you don't know, now you know.
No. Hey.
Period. How does hip hop culture influence your approach to health and wellness?
How does hip hop culture influence my approach to health and wellness? So to me, I feel like health hip hop. I'm saying health and hip hop because my show. Every time I'm saying hip hop, I throw the health first because I'm so used to saying health and hip hop. I feel like hip hop. Look, I'm about to say it again. Hip hop influences the culture. Period. From just sports to fashion to slang to how we talk to period and sis. So honestly, your health and wellness is you. That's your necessity for life. And so hip hop affects us because hip hop represents that hustle culture. That's that go and get it. That's that be you. That's that serve your purpose. That's what hip hop is. Be creative, artist, DJ, spray paint, fashion, agriculture. And so everybody's on their game. Everybody wants to be the better version of themselves. Everybody wants to hustle. Everybody wants to have recognition, and acknowledgement for what they do. And so if you care about those things, then you want to absolutely make sure that you're taking care, once again, of the engine of your car. You want to make sure you're taking care of, your sleep and your eating, your 20 to 15 minutes of exercise if you just started out. Because if you're hustling like how hip hop pushes, then you want to make sure that you're hustling towards the career you have. So some of us may be teachers, some of us may be artists, some of us may be entrepreneurs. You may be somebody that works in a store as a store clerk. You may be in college, right? Everybody has where they're at and where they want to be. And when it comes to, how you use your time, your
Mhm.
eating should represent you. It should represent what you want to do with your life. It should represent, if you are a person that wants to, perform. If you're a person that wants to be the best mom, then you need to be getting sleep. You need to be making sure that you're eating enough. You want to be making sure that you're getting, your macronutrients and your fats, your protein, your carbs, and things of that nature. So when it comes to hip hop influence and health and wellness, they're one and the same because one, health and wellness has been added as a element to hip hop. But two, I mean, hip hop is hustle culture. It's to be you, and there's no better way to become the better version of yourself and just to get to know you than in that gym and in that workout session when you see yourself go from 3 push-ups to now 7 and then 10. that's one of the first ways that you can be able to just naturally have to push yourself and motivate yourself to just become better when you don't feel like doing something. I remember when I first started working out, it would be times when I was younger where I would be like, I'm gonna do the laundry later, or I'm gonna do those dishes later. And then I started exercising, like, all right, we could do 10 more, we could do 3 more, let's go. And I seen how it naturally pushed me when I would be like, we could do that later. No, do it now.
Right.
So hip hop culture is hustle culture, period, point blank. And it's also just the culture of being you, being yourself, and, being a creative person. So, and we all have something that we can create. So for me, health, hip hop, they're all the same.
Nice, nice. Thank you for breaking that down, because like you said, we're influenced like all around, like in any fashion and arts, but in our culture, just anyway, just being black. We're hip hop. Like we are
Absolutely.
like just our complexion is hip hop. So we bring a lot to the table. So that it's good that you're incorporating this to our culture, from looking back in history, this is something that we were into as a race, honestly. So to like help us get back to that, like I commend you on that, queen. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because anytime you hear a hip hop song, it makes you want to produce. Whether it's producing love, whether it's producing like, yo, I gotta go get to the money. I love this song. I really want to become a better artist. Or like this song reminds me of this incident. It always makes you want to do something. Like hip hop to me it's a doer culture. That's why I said it's a hustle culture. It's to be you, because it's every time, it's some songs you can hear and like you can remember where you first heard it, or songs that remind you of a person. Like
yes,
hip hop is just it's such a baby. One is such a baby, but it's just such a beautiful, I don't even know the word, collaboration. And so when it comes to health and wellness, man, like that's life. And I feel like hip hop has some type of touch in every form of life in
yes.
some type of way.
And it does help me to work out, honestly. When I jam
Absolutely.
to certain music, it gets me going, like the rhythm, the sounds. Like I don't know what it is, but it just makes the time go by faster. Or depending on the song, it's that motivation. Like you said, it's that
Yeah.
and it's just I don't know what, like I don't know. I can't work on in silence. I mean, if I have
Mhm.
something to motivate me, like a trainer. So if
Mhm.
I don't have that trainer, I need something in my ear to get me pumping. So
Absolutely.
we
Absolutely.
talking right now. We have Free Thinkers podcast. Shout out to my girl. She said, "Don't push
Yes.
past if they're so funny." Yes, she said Sprouts. Yes, shout out to Sprouts. Yes. Let's see what we got going on here. What is some common misconceptions about fitness in the urban community?
Hmm. That you have to rush.
Mm,
So there's I always see a lot of 30-day challenges and 60-day challenges, 90-day challenges, and they're excellent. But however, a lot of us get caught up in comparison, and it's like you'll see someone get a certain result in 30 days or 60 days and 90 days, and you're thinking, why didn't I get the same results? Or, they lost 10 pounds, I only lost 2 pounds, right?
mm,
And when it comes to fitness, and when it comes to just overall better health, it is your habits, it is your stress levels. And so a person can lose 10 pounds, right? And force the 10 pounds, right? And meaning they're not really sleeping. They're kind of just cutting calories. They're kind of just doing a bunch of cardio. They're kind of doing a lot of these crash diets, right? You can
right,
have someone who actually did push through and actually did take the time to, rest and eat correctly, but they've had 10 different tries with this. So their stress levels aren't as high. You, on the other hand, may have come in and this is your second time trying it or your first time trying it. And so just having an understanding of, there's so many different ways that you can look at your goals in fitness besides the scale, and besides even just when it comes to a look. Hey, have you made a better food choice? Have you decided to just say, hey, you know what? Normally I would have ate that whole box of cereal, but I really did only eat one bowl today. Hey, I drank more water than I would have. Hey, I actually did my 20 minutes, because guess what? In 4 weeks, you've done way more than you did 4 weeks ago before I spoke to you, before you even tried. And so that's an A. That's
Right.
an absolute A, because you were at S, and now the last 4 weeks that you just performed, you've done an A. Now, if we're expecting to be in the 10th grade and we're only in second grade, then that's where that 30 days, how she lose 10 pounds in 30 days, or how they lose, 20 pounds and I didn't lose that. No,
Mhm.
you want to just worry about what you can do, one meal, one workout, one day at a time.
Right, because a lot of people, they get caught up, like you said, in seeing that other person, and and sometimes we as human beings can get discouraged if
Absolutely.
when we're not seeing those results or what have you. So I'm grateful that you, as being a trainer, is putting that message out there. It's like just one day at a time, just doing it and just trying is enough, to start off.
Absolutely.
Mm.
It absolutely is, because this is what I like to tell, excuse me, everyone. Um, Anytime you have like a serious fitness goal, you really want to allow yourself 1 to 2 years, right? And the reason why you want to allow yourself 1 to 2 years is because, let's say out of the 2 years, which is 24 months, right? And let's say out of those 24 months, you're only probably going to have anywhere from 16 or maybe even 10 out of the 24 months, or 16 out of the 24 months. You don't know how those months in between are going to look. They could be 3 months in a row and you get back on the bandwagon. They can be 3 months in a row, 6 months in a row, you did great. And then 3 months in a row, you plateaued. Then another 6 months, you went back. And so over time, right, you've gotten 18 to 19 to 20 months in. And we're looking at it as, oh, I did bad this week. Or I did bad last week. I might as well just give up. Or I
Mm.
did bad last month, I might as well give up. And when you give yourself the understanding that, fitness is for life, you shouldn't even be worried about a time frame at
Mm.
all. So if you're gonna worry about a time frame, give it a nice gap, because you have to give yourself gaps to fall. The falls are where you really pinpoint what the real true issues are.
Ooh.
So if you just go right through it, something's wrong. Like, that's like if you get in a relationship, you don't argue.
Next,
Something's wrong here.
I love you.
Something is wrong.
Yes.
Like,
Oh my.
somebody's hiding something, somebody's cheating some type of way, because there should be mayhem, and we want to find that.
Right.
We want to praise and elevate what we do great at, but the mayhem is where we say, okay, the division problem is not right at the bottom, just because there's one little marker. We got to pause right here to find that little one mistake,
What's the solution?
as opposed to crossing out the whole problem and saying, I don't know how to do division, just take me back to the next grade. Don't, no.
Right. That's so crazy, because as you was drawing that picture, I was thinking of a relationship. I'm like, if we should look at life just like that in general too. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Like, you read my mind. That was so crazy. Yeah, alignment is serious. That's so crazy.
Yes, absolutely.
Goodness. So now when I'm thinking about working out, I'm gonna think about relationships too.
Yes, absolutely.
Real, like, yeah, let's yeah, use that mayhem as a time to like figure out what the problem is, like you said. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely, because if, like, a lot of people think that it's undisciplined, right?
Mm,
Discipline is cool. But it's not the end all be all. It's stress management, because that's what's going to kick discipline out the window. When you don't have any more willpower to give to discipline, the willpower, you have to look at what's taking the willpower away.
mm,
Because we have discipline. Like, you're born with it. Like, whether you're disciplined to go get a fish sandwich, whether you're disciplined to, go find sex when you need to find sex, when you discipline, when you like, man, I need to hustle this money up. I didn't manage my money right. Let me go pick up these hours. You're disciplined, during that time. So we always could pull it. We always
but,
could pull it from somewhere. We can
mm,
always pull it from somewhere. And so when you have a designated place of where your discipline is going, where you're saying, hey, I know I need to make these changes, and you're trying your hardest, when you hit those roadblocks, it's for you to pay attention
mm,
to, because like I said, your stress levels are always going to determine, where your health stands at. And also, just having the understanding of saying, hey, like, what am I really, really doing wrong? Like, I'm really not sleeping. I'm really not, prioritizing making my food. Why though?
Right.
Like, why? And then that's what's going to cause mayhem. But that's where you got to, you got the little holes that we got to patch up. Because then that means that we need to make some type of alteration or plan around this so that we don't keep hitting this roadblock.
Period. Period. So let's
Yes.
about health and hip hop podcast. I see you got the logo.
Yes.
Talk
Health
health.
and hip hop.
Let us know about it, sis.
Yes. So, Health and Hip Hop is a show that I started in 2020. We just started releasing episodes last year. And basically, it's just really something that I came up with that I wanted to figure out how I could like teach how to become healthier, like in a cool way where it doesn't seem scary. Because I feel like the word health scares people because it's like, and when I say scare, I don't mean like, oh, I don't want to do it. I mean it just has like a disgusting taste. Like, you anytime you think healthy with some people, it's like, oh, I don't want to eat that. That says healthy. Like, that it automatically means not having taste, or it automatically means hard, because like I said earlier, a lot of times we're this is an area where we're not nice to ourselves at. We're not patient at all. Thank you for my pillow shout out. And so we're not patient at all in that area, and so automatically we tense up when that word is around, whether it is nutrition or any of those words. So I'm like, let me figure out how I can like slip these lessons in the cracks. And so that's what I came up with, Health and Hip Hop. And so that's what my show is about. It's about teaching so many different topics, from helping dads heal, and helping moms heal, and artists become, teach artists how to be healthy, and the importance of great relationships, and athletes. And so pretty much hip hop is taught to so much. And so we're just trying to seek these lessons in career wise and things like that, and just make it in a cool way where it's fun, interesting, and it's a flow. Just like kind of how like back in the day, how like I would learn through like KRS-One songs, and I learned through hip hop so much, and so people sneak those lessons into hip hop, and so that's what I decided to do with my show, was sneak these lessons in through talking about hip hop.
Nice. I like that because it's like you said, health comes in all forms.
Mm-hmm.
You're healing people in other ways, from
Yes.
traumas. And so you've had some prominent speakers on your show. Brick City Buddha, shout out to him. I had him on my show.
Yes.
What was it? 2 years ago, had him on whatever you say podcast. So shout out to him. I was introduced to him.
Yeah, shout out to Docs.
Yes, like I went to one of his meditations.
Peace in the Parks.
Yes, Peace in the Park, girl.
Yeah, that vibe is another level.
That's like, I need to travel to go see him. Like him, oh my gosh, he helped me out so much. Like
Same here.
Had this he had this what is it? Lord, exercise that we had to do where we had to breathe in, right? As much as we can. We had to inhale as much as we could, and we had to scream.
I was about to say, did you have to scream after?
Girl, I was the last one screaming. I was screaming for about probably over a minute after everybody.
Wow.
I had so much built up tension inside of me. I didn't even know was there. This man helped me out. And you know what I do now? Well, I haven't done it in a while because I'm in a good space. Thank God. But what I used to do after going to his retreat, I would drive my car because I live by mountains and things like that. I would go somewhere where nobody, no neighbor, nothing. And I would just take a deep breath and I would yell until I couldn't yell anymore to get all of that out of me. Like, because we have so much built up inside of us that we're holding in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I suggest people to go to one of his retreats or either just do that exercise, honey, because it has helped me. And I'm forever indebted to that man.
Yeah, no, I am thankful for Docs. Like, he has definitely helped me understand my thinking and how to think tremendously. Like, I still definitely have counseling sessions with him.
Yeah, you guys seen like I think you were there when he proposed to his girl, right? Were you there for the proposal?
No, I wasn't. That was no, I didn't go to that show. I think it was a show. That was a while ago.
Okay. I know you were in like some no, his girl had a party for him. I don't know.
Yeah. She had yes, his wife had a
Mhm.
surprise birthday party for Dots.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I was like, I know that you like, yeah, you were at one of them. I was like, she's been around for around the
Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely.
yeah. Well, yes, his wife, because at the time I think she wasn't wifey, but yeah, I met her.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't married at the time. You're right. Yep.
Yeah, good beings, and it's good that you're connected with sources like that. Like you're connected to a lot of great sources, and it just only
Thank you.
it only shows what type of person you are by the people who you are connected by. If they're connected to you
Thank
and
you. I
they're
really appreciate that.
about your character, you have not changed, like seriously. And I
Thank you. I love that. Thank you. That means everything to me. That
yeah,
really, really does. And
I
I
took
really appreciate you acknowledging that so I can
I took a break and came back on. I said, this girl's still the same.
know.
Like I'm like I see you out there flowing and stuff. I seen your video, your music video. I was just like so proud of you. I was like, I was looking for her. Where's she at? And then when I hit you up, and I was just like, yeah, the energy's still the same because I hadn't like I take breaks, I step back, and then I come on and I step back because it's like I'm a mother now, so I be trying to like be as much as I can on in the internet, but it's just like I be trying to
I
be
understand.
like here. I'm trying to be present with my child, so it's a tug of war for me.
You finding your flow. That's your flow.
Yeah, so it's like
That's your flow in fitness.
period and
Bars.
ours, period. Yes, because it's like that's why I only have the show every other Wednesday because I'm like I still want to be able to do something to educate the race. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to always be out there, but I'm still out there in a sense. So this is my give back by introducing the world to people like you. I know you're already introducing yourself, but it's like people where I live at. I'm growing a community where I live, so now they can know about you, you know, and
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me on this platform.
appreciate
It's
you
so
too,
awesome.
girl. I appreciate you so much. You don't understand because when you say yeah, I say oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yay. So, it's so funny. That's amazing because to hear that, because when I book my guests, that's how I feel. When they say yes, I'm like, yes. So, like, that's so awesome that somebody feel like that about me.
Yeah,
Because now I get it. Like, now I can understand. Because I'm like, yes, they say yes.
because you used to be out with the artists. Like you had a friend that at the time when I met you, your friend was performing, and you were so like you were so supportive. Like, and you
Yes.
wasn't
That's
even
what I
you knew how to rap, but you wasn't even out there rapping. You was like in the back end, like
I
going.
still am. I just like rapping to rap. Like, that's it. But I love helping artists. Like there's nothing more important to me than that. Like that's always been. That's how I actually have the connections that I have because I just came around like what y'all need help with. You know what I mean? Period point blank. Like it's not
Mm,
and not with nothing. I've
attention.
most people yeah,
Yeah.
like people like, oh, why you don't use any connections? I never asked them for anything. Like, not that I can or not. It's just I don't know. That's not why I came in. I really came literally to help.
To
So,
help.
God put it on my heart to ask for something, I'll ask, but that's not the priority. The priority is helping. And that's always my priority.
I like that. I like that. And it's like you're still leading in that direction and you're doing well. I love it.
Thank you.
Is going and I said okay like because I was just watching it recently and we'll talk more about uh that as the show goes on but I actually want to get you on more shows so welcome to the whatever you say family. I
Yay.
won't put
Yay.
everything at once but yeah let's talk about hip hop is green.
Yes.
Is
Let's
that
talk.
still going? Is that still going on?
No, I mean I still have connections with Keith Tucker. So shout out to Keith Tucker. He's the actual founder of Hip Hop is Green. Like once COVID, because he had so many different chapters. It was chapters in Chicago, Virginia, Hawaii. Like it was basically national. It started in Seattle. So there was one in California. It was New York.
Mm,
So Georgia.
mm,
But after COVID, it was like after COVID, we just kind of like this man. So he still does it more so in Seattle, but it was such like everybody was still, so brand new. But when COVID hit, I don't know, kind of like just went to just,
right.
more so just keep doing it. But, I still absolutely support Hip Hop is Green. I was like, that was one of the most influential, actually one of the number one spots where like they were actually going into schools and they had us going into different charter schools and being able to teach the children and their families, you know, how to eat better and give them demos and cook, you know, cook and serve them food and, you know, help serve vegan meals to the children. And there was a couple of parents that reached out to me like, we can hardly get our kid to eat, and they was tearing that food up. And you know, and what we loved about it was that like the kids actually got a chance to kind of really eat a great dinner, and like they have real natural energy and not the itis or, you know, any sugar kickbacks from high blood sugar. So, and then the parents like, man, this is really good, and actually being intrigued because, like I said, the word health or the word vegan or the word, which I don't like the word vegan, but you know, plant based and things of that nature. A lot of times it's like, oh, you eating grass, you know what I mean? It's automatically, and so just to give, you know, the families in, you know, urban areas, urban communities, a chance to be able to, and children, especially the teachers, and a chance to just be able to, you know, enjoy the food and actually like really be intrigued and want to learn and want to, you know, make a change in their diet. That was like, that was one of the best experiences. And also we had through a huge cookout. Shout out to Sheena. Always got to shout her out. Her restaurant,
No.
Zucchini Bars. You had her on a couple weeks the last guest. Yeah, her restaurant. She allowed us to have a cookout and a couple of summers ago, and it was so packed. Like for it was packed. Like, and when I say packed, it was, we were in Newark. You know, Sheena's restaurant is in a number block, but this was when it was still like Aquafit wasn't even finished yet.
Mhm.
And so there was so many different races. There was babies there for people who I've seen in their 70s and their 80s, different races, different. It was just so beautiful. I was just, and so that those are one of my best experiences with helping Hip Hop is Green, because yeah, that, to see those different families and to see the
Mm.
different races, different ages, and everybody being able to be like, man, this was a beautiful event. I didn't know this food could taste this good, and that was amazing to me.
Yeah, shout out to Sheena, aka Sheeno. That's it.
Yes, aka Shino. Yep.
We got some people shouting you out. Um,
Hey,
we got some people shouting you out. We
hey,
even
Sharon.
got your aunt on here too. Hey, Niecy, I see you. And we got Eric Jersey in the house. We got
House. Oh, cause.
Chris and our girl She Know. There she go. Make sure y'all
Yes.
YouTube Free Thinkers Podcast.
Yes, yes. Shout out to Free Thinkers Podcast for sure.
And Jacqueline said Blueberry Cafe. That cookout was amazing.
Yes, yep. It
Yes.
was.
All for tuning in today. Listen, we got, let's say, 4 more questions to go.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
How do you balance the demands of a busy schedule with maintaining a healthy lifestyle?
Yes. So one of the just just simple answer is honestly just allowing yourself 15 to 20 minutes. That's like my minimum. That's my minimum amount of time. So I have different ways of how I take care of myself. So I kind of break it down like this, right? So you got like lifestyle A, lifestyle B, lifestyle C, lifestyle D, right? Lifestyle A is when everything is chill. You might take on a little bit of new projects. It's rolling. You know how you say, you know, I'm in a good space.
Mm.
That's where I'm going in, right? That's where I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I'm going for it. I'm hitting my exercises. I'm staying on schedule. I'm going to sleep. Just following my schedule. And then when it comes to like lifestyle B, that's when I'm kind of like, okay, it's life is good, but it's a little rocky. Like it's a little bit, it's a little, maybe a little bit of challenges going on, a little bit of things going on. That could be in this week, that could be this month, it could be the next 3 months. And that's where my workouts may be. Okay, sometimes I'm going in, I might not do 4 or 5 days. Maybe I might do 3 days for longer than an hour or so, or you know, maybe I'll do 2 days a long, hard, intense workout, and then the rest of them are short. And then you got like lifestyle C. C for me is when it's half and half. It's like, oh man, like it's a lot going on and it's still good, but it's a lot going on that's like a little negative, and it's a lot going on that's a little positive that I'm trying to just kind of weigh out. And so when I'm in that type of phase, then that may be I listen to my body, what I got today. What do my soul got? All right, we doing cardio today. All right, what do my body, my mind, what does my spirit need? Okay, my spirit says it does want to work out. All right, we can move. Well, does my body feel like it can do a lot? Yep. Okay, cool. I'm asking what I can do, and
Mm,
not forcing just because I'm already going to be forcing, trying to figure out, you know, what to do with the negatives that I got going on and what to do with the positives that I got going on, right? Food is always going to be, top notch in these areas. A, B, or C. I'm always making sure that my food is correct, making sure making time to have my food planned out. And then you got like D and F, which is pretty much life is life. And it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can actually be a bunch of new things going on, like, pushing the show, you get into this interview, get into new clients. I could have a large amount of clients or consultations coming up next week. It could just be a big change in my schedule. And so for me, that may be okay, cool. We just may eat right this week because it's a lot going on. I might just eat right and cardio. Is that time of the month? And so just going in through those different ranges as we get older, as opposed to being every time I'm trying to lose weight or every time I'm trying to gain weight, every single workout has to be hardcore, 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 hardcore. You want to balance, how you take care of yourself based on the amount of willpower you have and the stress that you have. So
mm,
just understanding that, one, you want to make sure that at least 80% of your food is clean for the week. Even if you don't have to always do 100%, get some real food in you 80%, depending on your level. And then, your movement can be, 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. If you have, a lot going on, keep it to that. That's it. 20 minutes. Make sure that the 20 minutes is something that you're giving your all to, and you're focusing on, getting stronger, stretching, sometimes cardio, you can kind of mix it up. And if you got it, you got it. If you could do a longer workout, then you could do a longer workout. So when it comes to maintaining a busy lifestyle, right, you don't want to put health into your lifestyle. You should be putting your business and your lifestyle into health,
mm,
not trying to put health into fitness. And so if fitness and health, when you look at your week and say, okay, what do I have to do this week? What do I have to do next week? Always try to think about what I need to take care of me first. So how am I taking care of my body this week? How am I taking care of my mind? How am I taking care of my soul, my spirit? Okay, I will be meditating. I will be praying. I will be making sure that I have my food ready. Where am I eating at? If I'm not meal prepping myself, and then my fitness is going to look like 20 minutes this week, or it's going to look like my hour of my regular sessions.
yeah.
Now I will fit in the children. Now I will fit in my spouse. Now I will fit in my job. And that gets the other 90%. That's 10% of your mentality. Then you could put everything else, not chasing everything up down. And then when you feel like crap, or when you hear bad news, or when you can't fit your jeans, now you're trying to put health back.
Mm,
Fit everything else into what you need to stay alive first, and how you can hear God first,
mm,
because you're the one that's going to have to hear yourself when you need to get out of a position that you're not, you shouldn't be
mm. And speaking of mental health, how
in.
address mental health and self-care within the hip hop community?
Yeah, so one of the main things that we want to do when it comes to mental health is to make sure we're telling the truth. And when I say telling the truth is um telling the truth about what you really need and want. Like, we're here to serve a purpose, right? There's a reason we're here. And so if we're not being truthful about what we want to do in life, then it will cause an imbalance in the first place, because your soul, what you're here to do. Only you know. And if you do anything opposite of that, you have to address why. Whether it is because you don't believe in yourself, whether it is because you don't think you deserve, right? And so we can't be in a hustle culture, right? And we're not hustling to our purpose.
Mm,
And so one of the number one things is telling the truth. If you know that you want to be a photographer, if you know that you want to be the best mom, if you know that you want to be a creator, whatever it is, right? If you know you want to manage, you may want to be a top manager, whatever the case may be. It could be big or small. You have to honor your truth.
mm,
So, as opposed to, a lot of us are using our time opposite of what our purpose is. And so when we close that door, you didn't do the best with the time because that you had today, because the time that you had today was supposed to be designated to these things.
mm,
So one would be just being honest with yourself. And then number two would be making sure that you're patient and you're adding in sleep. Like rest is so underrated. And that's going to be the first place for any type of recovery. So when it comes to self-care, sleeping, and when it comes to mental health, I definitely have to stress telling the truth, because majority of the time we're moving because we're not, if we have a lot on our plate, or we don't have too much on our plate, then we're not managing our time right. And
Mm-hmm.
so the mental health aspect comes in when we have either too much going on and you like, I don't know what to do. Like this is going on, this is going on, and then you feel like swamped, or you don't have enough going on. You're like, I'm unworthy, I'm this, I'm that. You have to you definitely should have some type of counseling. I feel like, especially in the Black community, I don't care what level you on. I
Yeah.
think every single person needs counseling. Period, point blank. I will always have a counselor in several different areas
Mm-hmm.
as I go through the journey. So that you can continue to tell your truth, because if you're saying, you hate being somewhere and you're going there, that's not telling the truth. How do you hate something and you're still going there? We're meant to be problem solvers, and so if there's a problem that you're not solving and you continue to walk into that problem over and over and over and over and you're not solving it, then that's like you get in an argument and somebody getting upset with you, and you keep bringing up the situation. You like, we already talked about it. Like, why do you keep bringing? You'll be pissed that somebody keeps bringing up the situation that you have a resolution to, and you're not using the resolution. What
Mm-hmm.
does that call? You're gonna be like, you're crazy. You're gonna be looking at your partner like, you're crazy. This is the 10th time you brought this up, and I told you a solution. You're not doing it. That's not telling the truth.
Right.
And if you don't tell yourself the truth, it's going to be an issue, because your brain is going to want to continue to solve that problem. That's what its job is to do. Okay, you hate it, you hate it, you hate it. Look, do this, do this. And you're saying no, no, no. Then you're going to be in a spiral. So when it comes to mental health, just being honest to yourself
That
about what you truly want and what you truly need
part.
out of life. And then figuring out why you don't believe or why you're not going to get it, and addressing those things, and then tending to everything else.
Preach. Because a lot of people aren't true to themselves. Like they're not being true to themselves. I know a girl that's really good at doing hair, makeup. I mean, that is her gift, but she's a truck driver. Like,
Hmm.
or she wants to be or she's being a caregiver. And it's like, why aren't you walking in your purpose? You're so talented. And that's the easiest way she makes money, is by doing like doing hair. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why do you want to be a truck driver? Like in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that, but I mean, but and then also pinpointing on what you're saying is like overwhelming ourselves. We're in this hustle, hustle mentality,
Yeah.
but we're picking up all these other things instead of living in our truth and in our purpose. Like just tapping into what I was just saying, like, and what you were saying, like we're overwhelming ourselves. What did I do last year? I cleaned out my closets. I purged a lot of things out of my life, because I'm like, why am I taking on this? Why would I want to do microblading for? Because I heard it make a lot of money. This is not something I really want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Spending all this money, I spent a lot of money on this one trade, all because in ideally it makes a lot of money, but it wasn't really more so about the money. It was about my happiness. At the same time, I'm like, I don't even want to be putting a needle to nobody's skin. I don't want to do this. Like, I had to really think about this. I made it so far, made it to the end, to tell myself, like, I really don't want to do this. So it's like we
Hmm.
have to be truthful to ourselves. I had to really start being truthful to myself. I had to start, even if it cost me money to be truthful to myself, at least it won't cost me more money. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you're in a space right now and you're listening into this podcast and you hear what the queen is saying, like, take heed to that. And pray about these things, ask source, ask God, pray about it, and see what your calling is, or ask yourself, what you're good at. What you're good at is you can make money in anything that you're good at, and start
Absolutely.
looking up those,
Absolutely.
you know
And that's why I was saying being honest, because if you're completely honest, you can set it up the right way. So
right,
let's just break down what you said, right? I'm picking microblading because it makes sense, right? It makes money, right? But
right,
this is what I want to do. There's nothing wrong with actually doing both. But what people will do is you will put 100% into just what you think is what's gonna honestly get you to the easiest feeling of solving the problem, as opposed to just actually really feeling what the actual truth is and making the decision that's going to make the best for the longevity.
Right.
So what I mean by that is right, you could have done both. You could say, hey, I know that I don't really technically want to do microblading, or you could say I don't want to do it at all, right? But let's say if you were being like, not saying you weren't being truthful, right? Because you got to your truth. But if we actually just take the time first to say, okay, what do I truly want? Right. And you say, hey, I really want to let's say you want to do music. So you're saying, hey, I really want to do music, right? And I also need something that's going to make me feel secure, because that's what you're picking microblading for. You're picking microblading for the security of what that's going to do income wise. So
Right.
if that's the truth, is that then you can tell, when you actually say the truth of what you want, you give your brain access to actually to open up the filing cabinet to a bunch of other options. But if you're just saying, hey, I'm hungry, I need money, I need money, I need money, like, I'm ashamed to do this, like, I'm not, I don't believe in myself that I can do this, I just need money, I just need money, then you're going to be doing things that are not truthful, and you're still going to end up having to face that same problem, because it's not that you just need money, you need something that you love to do, you do need money, you also want your time. You have to be honest about that, because then you can say, okay, how do I get that? Is that something I can get now? And no, that may not be something I can get now, but if I do these steps, I can get there in 2 years, and you can ride the wave way more comfortable because your path aligns with the truth. But if so, you can work at Walmart and be completely happy, because if you say, hey, I really want to be a rapper, but I don't understand business, I don't understand contracts, I don't understand teamwork, I don't understand team building. So you know what? Let's go to Walmart. Let's go to college. I'll spend this hour at Walmart, these hours at college, and I'm gonna spend these hours learning. I can learn in the next 2 years, and that'll get me here, and this can replace this. So now you could be at Walmart smiling, because Walmart now aligns with your actual goal, because you told the truth about what you actually really wanted, and now you can plant the seeds from wherever. I don't care where I have to work at. I will work at Walmart at with this high 11.8K followers. If God told me to work at Walmart for the next 10 months, because
Yep.
I need to humble myself and learn these things, I'm doing it. And I will be at Walmart cheese and everything, because I know that the Walmart is for this. It's for me.
Yeah.
Right? And I'll serve everybody in there, and know everybody that I know, and still do equal jobs the same. I don't care if the job is $10 an hour or paying me $2.50. I'm gonna smile and doing the same, because the $10 an hour that I'm doing with that time frame is just for that. It's gonna be a whole nother time that I have during the day that's gonna be something for later, because that's how I set it up. Because
Right.
I know what I'm doing.
Right.
So if a lot of times we're just doing things to not look like we don't have it going on, but only you still know deep down inside what you have going on and not. Internally should be matching the outside. If you are projecting that you are happy outside, you better be projecting that inside.
That part. That part. You better preach this, because it's so crazy. It's like, it's funny when you said working at the Walmart. So I remember when I moved to this town years ago. In the
Hmm.
hood, don't nobody want to be seen working at a Family Dollar. Just point blank, period. No,
Hmm.
I
Hmm. I get you. I understand.
So I moved out of the state to take care of my father, God rest his soul, who had cancer, and I come here new. Before I moved here, like, it was a calling for me. This is a part of my calling. My car, I got into a bad car accident. It's crazy. So moved here, and I met some good people. So I was walking in the store, went into the Family Dollar. The lady I was with that I met that same day, through my dad, God rest his soul, um, she we walked in the store, and they like give her a job, and I'm looking at her like, you serious? It's like, yeah, give her a job. So the guy was like, fill out an application. So I'm thinking, like, I don't live, I'm not from here, I'm not from PA. So I was just like, okay, let me just humble myself, right? Let me humble myself. I'm gonna fill out the application, because what do I got to lose? I came down here like basically with nothing, started my life over, car crashed, everything. So just here on purpose to take care of my dad. So nobody know me here. So it's not like, who am I going to be embarrassed by? Started working at that place within 6 months, became a manager, rose up in the company. Um, they sent me to different states, started working for the company. Eventually, I left the company because I got a better position working in a dental field or what have you.
Wow, beautiful.
For what I went to school for, which I couldn't get a job in New Jersey to save my life because it's so congested in the city, trying to hustle and trying to get, after you graduate, you're trying to get certain opportunities. I couldn't get it. So I moved
Hmm.
here and got so many opportunities in the field that I went to eventually. But I like you said, humble yourself. And then I went in there with a smile on my face. I was so polite to people. Everybody looked at me like as if I was the mayor in the town, and I grew
Yes.
a lot of good relationships here, and a lot of people in this town know me because I was just always that person. They came into the store
Hmm.
smiling, and then they seen how I started, and then I rose up within the company,
Yep.
and how I still humble myself even with having people working under me. So I just like, yeah, if you got to start somewhere, present yourself accordingly wherever you go, even with a smile on your face. So I resonate with that when you said that, sis. Like that really hit home.
Absolutely. Because we all come here rich. You have time. You can literally, you could do whatever you want with your time.
Mm,
Like if you say, hey, I want to learn how to horseback ride, you say, I don't care. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm going away and I'm going to the farm and learn horseback ride. I'll be back in 2 years. You're going to learn horseback ride. Right? So when it comes to what we do with our time, you can at any time make an adjustment.
that part.
You literally have free will to make an adjustment with your time.
Hmm.
But a lot of people don't want to sit in that discomfort. But if you actually just tell yourself the truth about why you really need to, like for me, it took me a while to really get my fitness business going because I didn't believe in myself, and I had to tell myself that. I said, hey, we have to do a little bit of a work of a job because you don't really believe in yourself.
Mm,
And you're not doing your marketing because you don't believe in yourself. So let's just take our time and continue to believe in ourselves and let's just work here. And I was fine working it because I was learning and I didn't know how to balance the up and down. I didn't know how to balance the up and down income from being an entrepreneur because I was taught how to balance a set check from working a set amount of hours. And so
mm,
I said you have to take these 2 years to get find comfort in learning that. So I had to make a decision and say, let's just work part-time so we can
right,
learn how to so we're not throwing ourselves. And to me, I've had times where I throw myself to the wolves. Sometimes there's a need for that too.
right.
So just be sitting down and seeing about, okay, what I need next. What do I really truly need? And if you don't know, you want to pray on it and relax and take the time to so you can hear properly. But at the end of the day, we are here to do a purpose. We have to do it.
And that you are, period. Can you share any success stories of clients who have transformed their health through hip hop fitness? Because I've seen a lot of pictures, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of artists, I won't say any names, but a lot of artists that I see right now that are on a health wave, I definitely have been in stalker mode, like DM. Like I'm like a type of person that's gonna be like, hey, when I saw you said you was gonna start working out, I'm checking on you. And then it'll get sometimes responded, sometimes it'll get seen, but I know you read my message, like, cause you know me in real life. So I don't care. I will continue to say it until I see you doing what you gotta do.
Hmm.
So I won't say names, but there are a lot of artists that I know for a fact are working out crazy because I stayed in their messages. Because,
Period.
like they're always getting read and everything like that, but I stayed on them. So that's number one. And then number two is definitely, I want to say actually, you know what? Because I have an episode coming out, I will say someone. So I have an episode coming out Friday with Jazz the rapper, and honestly, to me, she actually has a really great transformation because, like, she has been training with me. I want to say probably 3 years,
Mm,
3 years, and like we just came back again because when it comes to training celebrities and things of that nature, like I really teach them I train them when I can train them because their schedules are crazy. So a lot of the times I am teaching them how to take care of themselves. Like, okay, if you travel here, you need to this is how you get your food, like figure out your food and things like that, or whether if you can get a chef or things, it depends on the level. And so I love the fact that like Jazz went from, working out when we were home a lot, then she got bigger and bigger. And it was like, okay, staying with the workout, and then coming back and working out. So maybe she would work out with me, then travel for a couple of weeks, and then come back and we work out again. We get right back to it. But now she works out on her own while she travels.
Nice.
And so she's making the time. And so that's definitely one of the most biggest transformations, because teaching someone how to take care of themselves is harder to do, because you have to really depend on your own energy. Like if you have a if I'm on you and you're here, if I'm on my clients and they're here, I'm on you, that's cool. But like having to be in different states, having to be up late at night, having to be around different people all the time, it's hard to be healthy in that lifestyle. And so I really, really commend her, because she has made it to where, she's keeping her gains and things like that, because of the fact that when she travels, I'm like, okay, these are the workouts you gotta do, get them done. If and we our rule is, if you whatever days you do, if it's a traveling and sports team, you gotta do half. So it's always half. If it's a 3 day trip, then it's 1 or 2 days you need to be working out. If it's a 5 day trip, it's 2 or 3 days you need to be working out. And so, we got to the point where, she could lift heavy. We got to the point where she is traveling in saying, hey, coach, I did my workout. So proud of her for that.
Shout out to Jazz, because I did see her
Shout out to
transformation.
Jazz the Rapper, episode coming out Friday, y'all. So make sure
Yes,
y'all follow Health and Hip Hop.
follow Health is Key. Health underscore is underscore.
Yes, follow. That's my Instagram is my name up there.
Yes,
Just put
you'll see the preview, and then they'll have the links there. Make sure you follow my girl. We got one last question. I'm so upset.
yes,
I'm really enjoying it
yes. Thank you
lately.
for having me.
You. So, what advice do you have for individuals who want to pursue a career in fitness within the hip hop industry or just in general?
Oh, so wait, in general in the hip hop industry, or in general in like a fitness trainer trying to become in the hip hop industry? So a general trying to get in the hip hop industry, or general like fitness trying to, excuse me, or fitness trying to get into the hip hop industry.
So, someone who's trying to be in the same position as you, what would?
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Hmm, that's a good question. Um, let me see. What's a good response to that? I would definitely say, if just it, well, depending on the level. If you are someone who, you feel like you still got a lot to learn, then I would just say, one, be cool. Definitely just chill, like be cool for sure. Um, and definitely come with the helping hand. So if you are someone that wants to come in the game, definitely come in with the helping hand. I definitely would probably tell you not to offer it for free, because of the fact that it's like, how like when you have a product, you want to give the
Mm.
product for free. But the only reason why I say don't give it for free, maybe give it at a discount. So say, hey, I really want to help you. I really want to give a helping hand, but I have to charge you. The reason why I say charge still, because there's products like that you want to give to a celebrity or to someone because of the following. So, but with fitness though, you don't it can be a real time waste, because it's a hard thing for them to commit to. So I really, really wouldn't recommend, not charging, because that'll give them the incentive to do what they got to do. So you could absolutely charge fully, or you could charge half of something, because you're trying to get your foot in the door. But if you have a lot of experience, so that's a different ballgame. So, just dropping a lot of knowledge and things like that. And when you put your space yourself in these spaces where maybe you're at like that, you can get like, the meet and greets, and you can say, hey, I wanted to give you some knowledge on this. I see you have a problem with this. I just wanted to give you some knowledge, and something like that. Then you can show that you know something, where you can make that connection. If you feel like, you still have a ways to go, maybe you just, got your certification, but you want to get into the hip hop industry, then I definitely say definitely be cool, because, you don't want to be like, too overbearing. You want to be cool in that environment. But like I said, charge something, because you want them to push through. So yeah, that would be, my idea. Just be cool, offer helping hands. And like I said, like I would love to just say, hey, offer free tips and help for free, and then that'll get you in, because it's like the. But when it comes to fitness, you could easily be like, all right, I want to do it, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do it no more, because it's hard to do. Like. So I definitely would say charge, so that gives them incentive to push through. But to let them know, like, hey, I'm charging or I'm cutting this, even if you say, my price is 1,200, but I'm gonna give you two for six, and your price is six.
Mm.
Would make it look like it's something that you're giving to them and that you want to help just because you don't have that name yet. And if you do have that name, you have that knowledge, then you need to be like, shouting them out or seeing if you have a problem or a quarrel that you see that they have and saying, hey, such and such, this, I seen you have this problem. This is, an answer that I have, and respectfully. So that's just an idea that I would suggest.
And thank you for sharing your suggestion for the ones out there who are looking to follow in a path such as yours. I want to thank you again for being on this platform and for giving as much insight as you have, sis. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here.
Thank you.
You for that, and I look forward to working with you. I'm going to keep
Yes.
it
Thank
with
you for having me.
Jersey because I still gotta hit up She Know, and so we all gotta get together on my
Yes, we
time.
do.
We can hit up. She'll have something at Plants and Poets, or maybe we can get something together where we can create.
Yeah, we need to get like a flow and fitness like
Ooh,
female rap cipher or something like a.
ooh.
Yeah, we need to get a flow and fitness. Like I've been in my head. I'm not even gonna front. Today earlier, I was like, yo, I need to. I want to just get around a bunch of just, and I want to do it for Jersey. Like I just really want to get a bunch of nice, beautiful energy rapping with like rapping women and get in a cipher and like just get a beat, original beat, and film it and break it into pieces
Well, let's hit up
and
some.
put it out.
I know Malik Double M. He makes some beats. I can hit up.
Yes, yes, double M.
Shout out to Double M. Shout out to Nimi Hendrix. Like we can get out there.
Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta. I'm telling you because like like Jersey needs to be put back together, and I don't think men are gonna do it.
I think
I
we can.
don't, just being
I
honest. I
think
think the women got to do it. I'm not even trying to. Because if you think about it, like it was Queen Latifah. It was Queen Latifah who was like bringing everybody around. That's what I do. Like in the background,
we can.
I am the person that's like, oh, you this celebrity, like hang with this person, or y'all two hang with these people. Like you will be surprised who is cool with who, just because like I brought you to New York and I brought New York to Jersey, like and chilling in my crib. Like everybody come here. Like it's been so many people in this crib, it's crazy. So yeah, for sure. Like that's important. So I'm down.
Okay, let's start talking and creating that synergy after the show. I'm down for that. So you got
Yeah,
anything
let's do it.
you want to leave for the people before you leave?
Thank y'all so much for taking the time to support the show. Thank you so much for having me. And also make sure y'all follow Health and Hip Hop. I'm dropping my episode with Jazz. It's called Be Yourself, and we stress about being yourself, which is what I talked about earlier today. Being truthful to yourself is the key. All right. And stress management and rest. So health is key. Health is key is my name. Health and Hip Hop Show. Make sure y'all definitely at least follow Health and Hip Hop Show because that's the same as me. But Health and Hip Hop is easier to put it on Instagram or subscribe on YouTube. And I appreciate everybody for taking the time out to tune in. Thank you so much for having me on this platform.
And let's give another round of applause to our guest today. I was so excited to have her here. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad to know that she's still one looking good. Still has the same energy that she had when I last met her and seen her. That is so. Listen, I hope you enjoyed the conversation, learned something new, and even had your perspective challenged in some kind of way. If you love what you heard, tune in every other Wednesday for a brand new episode at usually 7 p.m. But you never know, things might change. Listen, we going with the flow. This is flow and hip hop and fitness and all that good stuff. So listen, and if you're hungry for more, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on that notification button for future updates. Oh, last but not least, y'all do know your girl. We were talking about mental health today, right? So, and she was talking about, making sure you get that time for yourself. And I'm a person that truly believes in that. And so I created a book called The Rest Experience. Here goes the promo. And the link is down below if you want to support me in ordering that book on Amazon. So here we go.
Have you ever wondered what true rest means to you? How do you rest? Embark on a transformative journey towards personal healing and growth with the Rest Experience.
So thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching the show. We have more to come. Make sure you follow me, pill_law_talk. Follow my girl, health_is_key. Make sure y'all follow her. She's very informative. She's a person that you will want to stay connected to for sure. Listen, as always, stay blessed, stay open-minded, and keep creating. It's whatever you say.